Our story today looks at 3 teens, and while their age says enough for how vulnerable and impressionable they are, a simple download on their phone takes their lives into different directions. Whether it be an innocent young 6th grader, an 8th grader that's having a hard time dealing with the world around them, or a sometimes mischievous 7th grader, each are affected by the same source of influence. Unfortunately, all 3 would never know that the choice was ultimately affected by this download. I'm your host, Avery Gorska. Come with me today as we reveal the truth behind the psychological effects of our social media on our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. The first teen wasn't even a teen when she decided to install the social networking site Discord in 2016. Carly Trejo, who had just recently turned 12 a month prior to creating her very own Discord account, signed herself up for a long road of mental pain. How do you think the gaming and Discord community affected you the most?
I would probably say it affected my social life the most. I just didn't want to get out of my room. I only wanted to play the game. Nothing else mattered really.
In 2017, the Clinical Psychological Science Journal found a 33% increase between students years 8 to 12 of major depressive symptoms. Not only that, but the increase was almost exclusively driven by female students. The more Carly continued to engage with social media, the further her mental health deteriorated. Carly would stay up late, ignore her schoolwork, and blow off plans. It soon became clear, Carly had developed not only an addiction, but dependency on social media. A majority of her friend base was a population online that she had never met face to face, and she couldn't tell you much about them outside of what they talked about on Discord.
I started limiting myself on social media and my game, and I stopped using my phone before bed, and especially while in bed. And I made sure to make more plans with my friends and family.
So you really felt a difference in your life with these changes?
Yeah, I've actually started drawing and painting more, which I haven't done much since like 5th grade. And I don't get the urge to have to be on my game or talk to all my friends on Discord. It honestly was just too much, and I feel much healthier now that I'm away from it all.
Our second teen, an 8th grader preparing for her transition into high school, Mackenzie McElhaney, had mostly ignored using social media until her last couple of months in middle school. While she said she's always had apps like Instagram and Snapchat installed on her phone, she was rarely active on them. However, as the stress of entering the 9th grade grew closer, she began to obsess over her online image compared to her peers. To Kenzie, it seemed as though everyone she knew had some sort of status on social media. She decided to join in and began posting more frequently. But as she continued to post, more and more comments began to flood her account. What started off as simple compliments on her smile or hair slowly became passive-aggressive remarks on her style, clothing, and even her body. Without realizing it, Kenzie had been internalizing each and every comment she read. It escalated to such a point where she began to critique herself. What changes did you make early on?
Well, honestly, it all started with me not being happy with myself. Whether it was changing like little things such as my hair, the way I dress, or doing my makeup, all I was really trying to do was to look happy of some sort.
Physical health and mental health can run hand in hand, and this was a perfect example of how social media can wreck both. Kenzie was in control until social media took the wheel from her. Instead of her likes and interests driving her life, likes and comments took over and had her brain obsessed with becoming what she thought others would like and comment on. Because, after all, the more likes and comments, the more followers, which naturally means more friends, right? That all sounds great until you realize that she lost herself. Luckily, Kenzie had a close group of friends that recognized some of the warning signs and her obsession with social media. She even had me, someone that struggled with it just like her, to recognize that we both could help each other out become more confident without needing everyone's attention through social media. What do you feel like you lost most from this obsession?
Honestly, I'd say I lost myself the most. Sometimes I feel like I'm like spectating my own life and it's just continuing on without me.
Being a teen is hard, and for female teens, attention to body shape and size is a constant. The best approach is to be mindful about what you put into your body. Ignore the likes, comments, and followers, and find good foods and a good activity plan that can keep you feeling great about yourself. And by activities, I don't mean go and run or go to the gym. Take a walk around your neighborhood, your park, or just spend more time outside with friends rather than posting to social media. As individuals, we constantly crave validation via likes, comments, or subscribers. In a day where going viral means something great, we obsess over trends and trying to find a new way to gain attention through these trends. This year has highlighted that in all of the worst ways. Devious slicks tore apart school campuses nationwide, and further posts that tried to make trends out of slapping teachers and fake threats against school overall. While we won't reveal our third teen, there were multiple teens that were caught in that trend here at Kathleen High School. Luckily, the teen I spoke with has remorse for their actions early on in the year, and they now realize that social media played a huge role in the behavior in the moment. This teen had great grades and a clean record, but social media played an influence on changing the spirit over the course of several weeks. They scrolled through video after video of devious slicks, and one day they figured, why not? They took a soap dispenser from the freshman building restroom, and he almost got away with it. But by the end of the day, administrators were made aware of the video, and they were able to catch the student with the soap dispenser still in his backpack. After getting caught, this teen chose to stop having their actions influenced by social media, and they focused on their future instead. They're back on track with their grades, and they haven't had any discipline issues since. In fact, they were even recently recognized with one of the school's most improved awards. While a slight step back at the beginning is what set the table for that award, the key was finding a way to right the wrong and cleanse the spirit. In some cases, parents may need some extra help in handling situations like these. Mind, body, and spirit can be all easily influenced by the simple download of an app or two. That's why it's important than ever to recognize how we use media and technology. Thank you for joining me. This is Psychosocial Media with Avery Gorska.